welcome to Meeple Mentor Reviews. I'm Jared, and with me is Holly. Today we're reviewing Rajas of the Ganges. This game is from HUCH and R&R Games, and it's for 2 to 4 players. Plays in about an hour to hour and a half. Recommends ages 12 and up. And this is a worker placement game set in the India River Ganges setting, and you are all trying to gain wealth and fame as a Raja, and exerting your influence over the region. Now you have 3 workers. I think you start with 3. You can get a 4th, or did I start with 2 and get a 3rd? I think it's start with 3 and get a 4th. You start with 3 workers. You can gain up to 2 more, but there's 3 ways that you can gain workers. This is a game with 2 tracks. There's an income track around one side, and then a fame track that starts on the other side. And so they run parallel to each other in opposite directions, and allows you to basically have this kind of race to increase your income and increase your fame so that your 2 tokens will meet or pass. And that's the race portion. And once someone does that, that triggers the end, and whoever surpassed their tokens the furthest wins the game. So, if you want to add up points, you just kind of add up how many spaces passed you had. It is a worker placement game, but there are a lot of dice in this game, which are essentially used for resources. The 4 colors of dice can be used for certain, to pay for certain spaces to go. Like it might say pay an orange to go here, and then it'll give you 2 purple dice back, something like that. Or there is a section of the board called, I think, the Palace, where they're numbered 1 to 6, and you would spend 1 of your dice collected of that matching number to place a worker there. There's also the purchase area where you can go and pay money to go there, and then you collect a tile from those face up and available in the market. There's 3 stacks for each color, so 12 stacks, and you have to spend the right color dice that match what's shown on the tile, and the value of that die on the tile, you have to have at least that many pips on the dice you spend. You can spend more than 1 die, as you might need to, especially if it's like a value 9 or 10. But any extra pips are lost, so you just lose the dice. But you add those tiles to your personal board because you're building out your own palace from a center space, and then orthogonally out following the roads that are also found on these new tiles. There's bonuses you can gain on the outside edges of the board. If you can connect roads to those bonuses, you get a various assortment of things like more dice or more money or more fame, all sorts of stuff.
It's always fun.
Yes. Some of the tiles have 1 of 4 temples shown on them. And whenever you place a new temple in your palace, you get to score points based on where your cube is on that temple's track. So everyone starts on the far left of the track, and throughout the game you can do things to move it forward, which will give you more points whenever you add that temple to your palace. Another portion of the gameplay is you have a boat along the river itself, and if you go to one of the dock spaces, you can pay a die of 1, 2, or 3 to advance the boat that number of spaces, and where you land, that's where you collect the benefit. And one of the ways you can gain a new worker is by moving your boat far enough on the river to get to the bridge, and you get a worker that way. You can also get a worker for advancing a number of spaces on the income, or up to a certain point on the fame, but you can only ever get 2 more. So, Holly, what are some things that you liked about the game?
I like trying to make a pattern on your own player board, making pathways to get bonuses that'll either help you through the game or in the end of the game. I enjoy the function of being able to trade 1 color of dice for other colors that you may need. And dice placement is always a thing. I don't know. I really like dice.
Well, certainly the colors in here are really bright and sparkly. Like they're translucent colored dice. So, if you like dice and you like bright colors, this is great. I mean, there's always going to be bright colors and rolling of dice.
And the set collection is good too. I do enjoy like trying to put together different, it's different symbols on a card, but you've got to get this many of these, or you've got to get 3 different ones or whatever for X amount of points. It's like, it's a goal that I feel I can achieve.
Yeah, I like being able to build out the tiles on my personal palace board. I do like, when collecting dice, you get to roll them then, and that there are ways to kind of use the die no matter what was rolled, because there's the spaces that have like a 1, 2, or 3. So those low numbers is like, okay, that's where I use that. And if I have a high number, it's where I use it over here. So pretty much you're going to have a lot of options with all the values that you'll end up rolling. But if there's a specific space that you're trying to get to or thing that you're trying to do and you've got the wrong numbers and things like that, they have a system in the game called Karma where you can move that down to flip one of your dice to its opposite side. So turns a 1 into a 6, for example.
I forgot about that.
Or vice versa. So that can be very useful to help both find, the specific space on the palace you want to go to, or if you're trying to get a high value to buy a tile or something like that. The Karma is a good feature, and it's a bonus that you can gain with certain actions. So, you get it back.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I like how it looks. And it plays pretty smoothly. It just keeps going around and around until, there is the first player token. So we do a round, but the first player token doesn't move unless someone takes it. Yeah.
As a lot of these games are.
Yeah. Unless I'm thinking of it backwards, where it passes unless someone took it.
No, I don't think it moves.
Okay. Either way, it's a lot of fun. The first player token is a little dude riding an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cute.
It's cool. I like it. It's a great game. It's a lot of fun. And, if you like worker placement, this is a unique worker placement kind of game. And if you like tile placement, it has that as well. And collection of things. It's very diverse. It came out in 2017 and still plays great today. So definitely check it out.
Yeah.
So
I agree. It's a good play.
This has been our review of Rajas of the Ganges. I've been Jared.
I'm Holly.
See you next time.